Welcome back to Golden Aging Health. Before a simple blood test, did you know that just one small mistake could completely change your results and even lead your doctor to the wrong conclusion? For seniors over 60, this is not just inconvenient, it can be dangerous. A sip of coffee, a pill taken at the wrong time, or even a morning workout can quietly alter the numbers that doctors rely on to track your heart and overall health. And once those results are skewed, you may end up facing unnecessary tests, false alarms, or even the wrong treatment. Welcome to Golden Aging Healthy. In today's video, we'll uncover the 5 most common mistakes older adults make before a blood test. Habits so ordinary you might not even think about them. Yet, avoiding these simple slip-ups can mean the difference between weeks of needless anxiety and the peace of mind that comes with accurate, reliable results. Stay with me until the very end, because the last mistake is one almost no one talks about, and it could be the key to protecting your heart health for years to come. If you find this video helpful, please like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and helps us keep creating science-backed tips to keep you strong, independent, and healthy as you age. Now, let's start with one of the most common mistakes I've seen, and it might even be part of your morning routine. 1. Drinking coffee or tea before your blood test. One of the biggest mistakes seniors often make is drinking their usual morning cup of coffee or tea before heading to the clinic. At first glance, it seems harmless. After all, it's just a beverage, right? But the reality is very different. Both coffee and tea contain caffeine and natural compounds that can trigger short-term changes in your body chemistry. They can temporarily raise your blood pressure, speed up your heart rate, and even alter hormone levels such as cortisol. More importantly, they can directly affect your blood sugar readings and in some cases your cholesterol measurements. This means your results might look worse than they really are, or in some cases, falsely better. I once knew a man named Robert, 74 years old, who went in for a routine heart checkup. Like every morning, he enjoyed a strong cup of coffee before leaving home. When his test results came back, his fasting blood sugar was much higher than expected, and his heart rate was elevated. His doctor ordered more tests, which left him worried and anxious for weeks. When the blood work was repeated, this time without the coffee, everything came back normal. That unnecessary stress could have been avoided with one simple change: sticking to plain water only until after the blood test. When a doctor says fasting, it doesn't just mean no food. It means no coffee, no tea, no juice, only water. Think of it as an investment in your peace of mind. One cup of coffee can wait an hour or two, but the anxiety of a false alarm could last for days. Now, coffee and tea aren't the only everyday habits that can interfere with your blood test. Another mistake I see all too often is something even more ingrained: taking your morning medications without asking your doctor first. It feels natural, almost automatic, but when it comes to blood tests, that routine can quietly distort your results in ways you may never suspect. 2. Taking morning medications without guidance. For many older adults, the first thing they do after waking up is reach for their daily pills. Heart medications, diuretics, diabetes drugs, vitamins, or herbal supplements. After years of habit, it feels automatic and harmless. But before a fasting blood test, this simple routine can quietly alter your results and confuse your doctor.
Certain medications can shift your body's internal balance in ways that show up on your lab report. For example, diuretics, commonly used to manage blood pressure or fluid retention, can lower your potassium levels and make your kidneys look weaker than they really are. Blood sugar-lowering drugs may cause glucose to drop below normal, while even common supplements like biotin can interfere with hormone and thyroid test accuracy. In fact, according to a review published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, 2017, biotin supplementation has been linked to false results in several types of blood assays, sometimes leading to misdiagnosis. I remember speaking with a retired teacher who had been managing high blood pressure for years. On the morning of her lab appointment, she took her usual water pill before leaving home. When her blood test results arrived, her potassium levels were flagged as dangerously low and her kidney function looked abnormal. The doctor grew worried, ordered follow-up appointments, and even discussed changing her treatment plan. But here's the surprising part. Nothing was actually wrong with her kidneys. The abnormal numbers were simply the short-term effect of taking her diuretic right before the blood draw. Once the test was repeated under the correct conditions, everything returned to normal. This story shows why the timing of medication matters just as much as the medication itself. Taking pills at the wrong moment can distort the snapshot of your health and lead to unnecessary stress or changes in treatment that you don't really need. The safest approach is to bring a complete list of your medications and supplements, prescription, over-the-counter, and herbal, and ask your doctor or pharmacist ahead of time, which ones should I take before the test and which should I hold until after? This way, the snapshot your doctor sees is accurate, and you won't end up chasing problems that don't exist. Before a blood test, do you usually take your morning medications or wait until after? I'd love to hear how your doctor advises you. 3. Eating breakfast before a fasting blood test. Imagine this. You've been told to come in for a fasting blood test. You think to yourself, well, fasting just means skipping coffee, right? Surely a little toast or a glass of juice won't matter. But here's the truth. It matters a lot more than most people realize. Your blood test is like a snapshot of your body at rest. The numbers your doctor sees, blood sugar, cholesterol, and triglycerides, are supposed to reflect your natural baseline. But the moment you eat, even a small meal, your body shifts into processing mode. Sugar from that orange juice, fat from that buttered toast, or carbs from that bowl of rice all rush into your bloodstream, altering the picture your doctor depends on. Think of it this way. It's like testing the water in a clear pond versus testing it right after someone stirs up the mud. The water is the same, but the results look completely different. And those numbers matter. A breakfast taken just before your test could make you look diabetic when you're not, or suggest your cholesterol is dangerously high when it's only reflecting what you just ate. That's why doctors stress fasting for 8 to 12 hours before a blood test. Nothing but water. It's not about punishing you or making you suffer through hunger. It's about protecting you from misdiagnosis, unnecessary medication, and weeks of avoidable stress. Skipping breakfast for one morning may feel uncomfortable, but it can save you from months of worry and the burden of treatments you never needed in the first place.
4. Strenuous exercise right before a blood test. Before your last blood test, Did you exercise that morning or wait until after? Share your routine in the comments. I'd love to see how different people prepare. At first glance, squeezing in a workout before your appointment might seem like a healthy idea, but here's the hidden truth. Strenuous activity can confuse your results. When you lift weights, go for a jog, or even take a long, brisk walk, your muscles release enzymes and byproducts such as creatine kinase, CK, CKMB, and lactate into the bloodstream. These are normal after exercise, but on a lab report, they can look like signs of muscle injury or even heart problems. Exercise also causes temporary shifts in blood sugar and electrolytes like potassium. That means your results may not reflect your usual baseline, and your doctor may end up chasing problems that don't really exist. For seniors, especially those being monitored for heart or metabolic conditions, this can lead to unnecessary stress, repeat tests, and even extra medical costs. So, what's the solution? It's simple. Just press pause until after the test. Here are the checklist for the morning of your blood test. Skip strenuous exercise, no jogging, gym, or long brisk walks. If you want to move, stick to light stretching or gentle walking around the house. Rest well the night before. Your body needs calm, not strain. Save your workout for after the blood draw. It's safer and won't interfere with results. Think of it this way. A few hours without exercise won't harm your health, but it could save you from days of anxiety caused by misleading numbers. 5. Drinking alcohol the night before a blood test. According to a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Pathology 2019, even moderate alcohol consumption within 24 hours before a blood test can significantly raise triglycerides and temporarily alter liver enzyme levels. This means that a simple drink the night before can give the false impression of liver disease, poor cholesterol control, or unstable blood sugar. Alcohol affects the body in several ways. It can elevate liver enzymes like ALT and AST, leading doctors to suspect liver damage. It raises triglycerides, making cholesterol results appear worse than they really are. It disrupts blood sugar stability, which is especially concerning for seniors being monitored for diabetes. It dehydrates the body, making veins harder to find and the blood draw more uncomfortable. I've seen seniors go through weeks of stress and repeat tests, only to later discover that their abnormal results were due to a couple of drinks at a family dinner the night before. The takeaway is simple. For the most accurate results, skip alcohol completely for at least 24 hours before your blood test. Use that time instead to drink enough water, rest well, and let your body return to its natural state. And if you did have a drink, be upfront with your doctor. That small detail may explain unusual results and save you from unnecessary worry.
As we've seen, even the smallest habits before a blood test, a cup of coffee, a morning pill, a quick breakfast, a workout, or a single drink can quietly distort the numbers your doctor depends on. For seniors, accuracy isn't just about charts and lab reports, it's about peace of mind, avoiding unnecessary stress, and making sure every decision about your health is based on the clearest, truest picture of your body. The good news is that all of these mistakes are completely avoidable once you know what to look out for. A little preparation, sticking to water, timing your medications, fasting correctly, pausing exercise, and skipping alcohol can make a world of difference. Thank you for staying with me today. If you found this video helpful, please like it, subscribe to Golden Aging Healthy, and turn on the notification bell. Your support means so much, and it allows us to keep sharing science-backed tips to help you stay strong, independent, and confident as you age. And don't miss our upcoming videos, where we'll uncover more surprising truths about everyday habits that can either protect or quietly harm your health after 60. Stay tuned. Your best years of healthy living are still ahead.